DD Conclave. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. While this conclave is titled Battle for Karnataka, this particular session, panel discussion, the first one of the day that I'm going to be hosting is titled Digital India and Road Ahead. Now, for a platform which is here to discuss political matters, this theme might come across as a little sober and maybe even academic in nature, but I beg to differ. I think it is very important for us people to discuss, deliberate and debate over development issues so that it also becomes the priority for the government. And after all, we are in the beautiful city of Bengaluru, long cherished, known as the IT hub of India. It has now also emerged as the innovation hub. Most of the fantastic startups of India, most of them come from Bengaluru. And as on 10th of May, Karnataka votes to elect this new government, it's very important for us to learn from our leaders what is the way this new government will seek to take forward the legacy of Bengaluru, of Karnataka, of focusing on innovation-led development, and that is what we're going to talk about in this session. Time allows, we'll also talk about the issues that deviate us from issues of development. So those are the broad areas that we're going to be talking about. We have leaders from the entire political spectrum joining us to present their vision and action. Let me welcome my guests. Let me first welcome Dr. Ashwathnarayan, Minister for IT and BT Higher Education. Welcome, sir. And if you can put our hands together for our guests who are joining us today. Shri Ashwathnarayan, Working President, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee. Shri Tanveer Ahmed, JTS Spokesperson. Shri Ravi Krishna Reddy, Karnataka Rashtra Samiti KRS President. And we are also joined by a fellow journalist, a senior journalist, Shri Vinay Madhav is with us. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all of you. I also welcome all the members of audience members sitting here. Towards the conclusion of this conversation, we'll also turn to you to learn about your concerns, your questions and your observations. So keep those questions and observations ready, but that will come in about 40 minutes or so. Let me begin with the opening remarks of the leaders who are present here. What is the significance and the priorities that you may have as political parties for the upcoming elections? What is the place that development, innovation-led development that Karnataka, Bengaluru is known for? What space does that occupy? Dr. Ashwathnarayan, if I can begin with you, sir.
The 21st century is a century of knowledge, innovation, technology, engineering. It's all futuristic. It's been impacting the lives of the people in all the ways, all sections, from the last man in the society to all sections of society. It is definitely a way forward. Probably in this direction, the state of Karnataka is a leader for the entire country and for the world. When it comes to the innovation, entrepreneurship, innovation is something it's been throwing up with new solution from every possible section of the society, how best they can solve and resolve the problems affecting the lives of the people in each and every possible way, from farming to space in all possible areas. We could witness there's a tremendous innovation happening in the state of Karnataka. For the past 3 years, the state of Karnataka has been called as the most innovative state. From the best performing, top performing, we became the best performing state when it comes to the startup. Innovation, we have been emerging, evolving, moving forward in a very big way when it comes to all the areas relating to the innovation and digitalization. Particularly post-COVID, that became a need and it has become the way forward. Probably our people living in any remotest place, they can look up for a better solution when it comes to the agriculture, when it comes to healthcare, education, services, governance, all possible way they'll be benefited. And I think in this direction, state of Karnataka has evolved and emerged, and we'll be moving forward without looking backwards. We'll be moving forward, and it is empowering all sections of society, and we are extremely happy in this direction. The state of Karnataka, the Bharatiya Janata Party-led government has been doing extremely well and been very well supported with the framework and support by the Honorable Prime Minister, which has really led to the digitalization in every possible way. And probably we see a great future. We have done better than any of the most developed country.
We'll talk about the key takeaways eventually. Sir, Mr. Kandre, if I can come to you. Sorry.
Bangalore is considered to be the Silicon Valley of India. The whole world is looking towards Bangalore. It is an educational hub, a health hub, and now it is road to development for the whole of the state and the country. Digital India, it did not happen overnight. This is a continuous process. Journey started long back, 4 decades back, when National Informatics Center was established in '76, and when the then Prime Minister of India, Sri Rajiv Gandhi, along with Mr. Sam Pitroda, they established CDOT, and it made a lot of revolution in telecommunication and also science and technology. Afterwards, so many like, say, PCO, it also changed the whole system. These PCO booths, they became a hub center for rural area to connect to the outside world. The national telephone policy was brought in. The same thing, like MTNL was also established to connect the whole of the country. So unfortunately now MTNL doesn't have a space. So now the present government is continuing with the policies and programs of the previous government in a different way. Earlier it was like e-governance, and now it is Digital India. So it's the need of the hour. Since Bangalore is the capital city, and we have to, I feel personally, that basic infrastructure facilities have to be given. Otherwise we have been trying, all governments have been trying. And also I would like to make a point that all governments, like especially in Karnataka, SM Krishna-led Congress government, when he was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, he brought in many IT companies, started building bridges, subways, and gave utmost importance to IT, BT, many prestigious...
But if you focus on the road ahead, because we're now talking about 5G, so we've come quite far from. Of course, you're right.
5G, 6G are also, technology is changing, the whole world is changing. That is the essence of the hour. We too have to be prepared for that. So Bangalore has to be prepared. So if Bangalore is prepared, Karnataka will be prepared. So
and
infrastructure is the main bottleneck in Bangalore.
Okay.
My opinion is potholes or whatever is, pilferage is there, corruption is there, so much of traffic is there, so many things are there. So technology has to improve, e-governance has to improve. So from where we have started, we must improve on it. So e-governance should improve, digitalization should improve. But the problem is corruption can be eradicated only by technology, not by human persons.
Right, and we'll talk about how that's going to work, sir, in the program ahead.
Thank you.
Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, sir, if I can come to you. Again, the road ahead, the vision that you have for the state in these elections in the context of innovation-led development. What are your thoughts on it, sir?
See, IT means India tomorrow. India tomorrow equals information technology multiplied by India today and Indian talent. Anything which is zero, the sub-result is going to be zero. When I say India today, we definitely need to really think about where exactly India is today and how it can really become India tomorrow. It starts from the educational system. With minimalistic IITs, we can't really achieve the standards of Harvard. Why I can really say this is, coming from some of the prestigious universities across the globe, I can really tell you that the experience what you get in the foreign universities definitely needs to come to India. I just want to tell one thing which we need to really think about. The Honorable IT Minister is sitting out here. The Donzo, the Swiggies of today, they are absolutely providing 4.8 lakh jobs. At the age bracket of 22 and 28, when they become 35, they are going to become a redundant force. Are we really thinking about it? And now, the Honorable President, the working President of Congress spoke about Sam Pitroda. Yes, absolutely fantastic job done. But we became a labor force for the world. We really didn't think about it. For an American, when I was working in UK, about 10 years back, I used to draw a salary of about 50,000 pounds. For the same job, Indian were used to getting paid 5,000 pounds. We became a labor class people for the entire world. Now, AI is not a study for tomorrow. AI is today. ML is today. Data science is today. We need to really start investing in our educational system, which would really make us capable. Our understanding, our minimalistic understanding today, especially in the political class, is, digitalization is just having a paperless society. No, absolutely no. Everything.
Right.
I might sound like Nityananda, but definitely AI today means it is biology, it is chemistry, it is physics, it is manufacturing. Everything assimilated together is India tomorrow. If we can't really think about our education system, the way things are really growing, we don't have the rights to dream about India tomorrow. India is definitely going to be the IT capital of the world if we all, the political parties, start investing in India today. Thank you.
Right. And we'll talk about also what kind of a blueprint you would like to offer in the program ahead. Ravi Krishnan Reddy ji, your thoughts, sir.
A lot of innovation is going on in Bengaluru. Lakhs of people who are working in the IT field. They're creating a lot of solutions to the society. But sadly, we don't see that kind of implementation in the government structure. If you see the JCB parties, we call them JDS, Congress and BJP in Karnataka, the kind of technology that these JCB parties use during the elections, we don't see not even 10% or 20% of that in the government affairs. Being the person who worked both in the Silicon City and the Silicon Valley, I am not proud of the government services here in Bengaluru. BBMP and you take, for example, BBMP or the Revenue Department or even Education and Health Department. Most of the officials in the BBMP, they are paper pushers. Most of the officials, they don't use computers, especially the SDAs and the FDAs, second division assistants or first division assistants. Bengaluru should have been in the forefront of adopting technology in governance, at least at the level of city. But we don't see that. It's very sad that still the officials in the government, they depend on the paper. Paperwork is very important. The government websites are not functioning properly. Apps, you don't see apps. Everywhere, in each and every layer of the government, it's a very sad state of affairs. 10 years back, the government of Karnataka in 2012 or 13, it was a BJP government at that time, they enacted a very beautiful act, Sakala Act, which guaranteed timely bounded services, and also it would impose fine, penalty on the erring or inefficient, corrupt officials. But in the last 10 years, we don't hear anything about Sakala. So at the same time, the tendering process, whatever you take, most of it is not what we should be proud of. So Karnataka Rashtra Samiti parties, our party's influence is growing in the society. We are asking people to use their cell phones, smartphones, use Facebook and WhatsApp to make government officials accountable. So the people are ready because of the widespread usage of smartphones and the affordability of data packs. People are ready, even the BPL people, they know how to use phones or the technology. But the government officials are not
that's an
happy
important,
with that.
Fair enough. That's an important point that Mr. Reddy made. And Vinay Madhavji, I'll come to you with the same point. As proud as we are of Bengaluru as an innovation tech hub, I do a program with startups. Most of them belong to the city. How well has innovation, technology-led development being a part of public discourse and political discourse ahead of the elections? Does it appear in the top three issues debated across platforms? What are your thoughts on that, sir? The key strengths of the state and the city, do they appear as a priority for the political discourse?
To be honest, no. Because what happens is, like, we have to understand some of the basic facts, like there is digitalization, there is innovation, there is technology, but it is in the private sector. The government has been a facilitator from the beginning. But core issues have never been addressed. Even what Mr. Ravi Reddy was telling, like e-governance or digital governance, there have been gaps in that. They have digitalized the documents, but not the administration.
I mean, is it a 360-degree innovation-led governance that we're looking at? I mean, that's the concern.
Yeah.
And it
So-
does not also reflect in the political discourse ahead of moments like this when we're talking about elections in over a month's time.
But I don't think that issue will crop up now.
Okay. Okay.
Because it is, they talk about the digitalization where there are gaps and nobody talks about the gaps, irrespective of any political party. So that gives the administrative loopholes. This gives the loopholes for those who are in the administration.
So let's put that question to those in the administration. Sir, I'll just come to you if I can get a comment quickly from Dr. Ashwathnarayan. Okay, you make that point, then I'll come to you, sir. Yeah,
See, transparency is indirectly proportional to corruption.
right.
That's why the corrupt system, the present, both politicians and the officials, the government officials, they don't want transparency in the system. So they don't want adoption of technology in the...
Okay, I take that point. Dr. Ashwathnarayan, the questions, the issues that have been raised, that, in this segment of innovation-led development, what have been your key achievements in the state according to you, especially in governance?
Let me make it very, very clear. When it comes to the adoption, probably the adoption level has happened in an extremely good manner. For example, I can give many examples starting from COVID.